Can one man crash the entire Flesh and Blood empire from his basement with nothing but a taco? That's right. We're talking the Rudy card, and the video starts right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hometown TCG. You guys know me, my name is Josh, and we are here today because we have to talk about this promo going on, known as it's the Rudy card, it's the Rudy kit, it's the Alpha Investments kit, or it's the big old scam, depending on which side of this discussion that you lie. So let's dig right in this and let's talk, what is this kit, right? What is the Rudy kit? So the Rudy kit is a package celebration for Flesh and Blood's 2-year anniversary. Now, I would say rumor has it, but Rudy of Alpha Investments claims that he has had these cards since the beginning, right? This was one of the first gifts to him, the first opportunities given to him by Legend Story Studios to promote Flesh and Blood. And they had then decided to hold on to these cards. And there was a lot of discussion as to what they would do with them. They'd grade them all, they'd keep them all, they'd burn all but the perfect 10, something like that. But they have decided to release them out into the wild. Now there's 1,500 of these cards in print. And the Rudy kit kind of came with a clause. And this clause of the kit was every card that was not sold during the Alpha Investments promotion would be set on fire and destroyed, thus letting people who purchased the card set the market. So you know there's a finite number of these cards out there. If there's popular and a lot of them purchased them, the price wouldn't be as high. If there was, 4 or 5 people that purchased them and then demand went up, the card would be very, very in demand, so price would go up. So it's a really cool concept that kind of lets the people buying the product kind of dictate and drive the price of the product. So what's contained in this kit? Well, as you guys saw, we have a kit right here. It's a black box that says Legend Story Studios on it. Very, very pretty box. And inside the kit, there's a bunch of stuff. We got 3 art cards representing the original 3 fabled gems. We got the heart, we got the eye, and we got the Arc-Knight shard. We got full art cards, and on the back, they have little tales about the gems in gold lettering. They are beautiful cards. They're very well done. So to their credit, very well done card. There is the actual promo card itself, the Rudy the Gem Keeper card. This is a merchant card. We can go on and talk about the fact that the hero merchant, it's a back before LSS decided how they were going to print hero cards, so the wording is flip-flopped a little bit. It's a very cool card. It's obviously not live tournament or game playable. Doesn't stop you from playing around the kitchen table, but if you're playing this card and using its effect, you got one heck of a kitchen table going on there. So this card is very interesting because it doesn't represent anyone from the Flesh and Blood lore or anything like that. It represents Rudy himself. It was his gift for being an early adapter, an early believer in LSS and in Flesh and Blood. So it's very cool to see a company kind of go out of their way and bring in someone who helped kind of get them home and help put them on the map. Give them a gift like this. It's very, very neat. There is a 4th art card featured in the kit. Now, the 4th art card is said to be the next fabled gem that has not been released yet. There's a front and back with gold lettering that kind of gets, it presents the lore of that fable that we haven't seen yet. So as we said before, there's 1,500 of these kits total, give or take. He said, plus or minus 10, 20, 30 kits for misprintings, ruined cards, stuff like that. And the card to purchase cost $1,000 per, or rather I should say $999.69. Nice. So this is kind of the theory behind the Rudy kit. It's a very expensive, it's a high-end item, and all throughout its promotion, it was promoted as a high-end item, it was promoted as highly collectible and stuff of this nature. But when the kit was announced and after it, kind of dropped what was in it and people started buying, they're talking, are they going to buy? Are they not going to buy? They're going back and forth. The community kind of found itself on 2 sides of this argument. So we want to talk about those 2 sides. And one was kind of lean towards this investor side, saying there's only 1,500 of these. If this game takes off, these cards are going to be extremely valuable. High-end collectors one day might be after this. This might be something that could fetch a fair price down the line. Now, the other side of this argument kind of lean towards, this is stupid. Why are you spending $1,000 for a piece of cardboard? You, Timmy, you're just giving some guy all of your money. Stop doing this. This is worthless. You can't even play the card. It's the dumbest thing ever. And it seems like people on this issue really shade one way or the other. It's very rare that we find someone in the middle. And we wanted to touch on this because this goes hand in hand with a concept we have talked about on this channel since day one. And that is that idea of the player-collector spectrum. Guys, a healthy and a successful TCG needs people from both ends of that spectrum and all places in between. Very rarely do you, the player, or you, the collector, find yourself completely at one end of the spectrum. Now, yes, are there people who do nothing but play the game? They do nothing but draft. When they open cold foils, they don't care. They just get rid of them as fast as they can just to play more Flesh and Blood? Yes, 100%. Are there people who collect the game and probably don't know how to actually play it? Well, one of them made the kit. No, I'm totally just kidding. Yes, there are probably a couple people that do that, but the majority of people are going to find themselves as someone who plays the game, but also enjoys the fact that their cool, collectible card pieces are worth money, they're valuable, they're desired, they can show them off, they enjoy keeping those pieces, and a lot of those collectors that do nothing but fill binders with complete sets and collect all the cold foils, they still will pop into their LGS from time to time and play a game or two. So this spectrum is a healthy ecosystem for a great TCG. And this card does nothing to hurt that. So we're going to talk about what this card means for Flesh and Blood. And as a game, this card means nothing for Flesh and Blood as a game. Your gameplay will continue as you intended, without knowing this card existed, without ever having to interact with it. You will continue to get to play Flesh and Blood, get to enjoy all of these games, get out there to the ProQuest, get out there to these callings, and play FaB. But this card will do something and has done something for Flesh and Blood from an investment and a marketing standpoint. This has put Flesh and Blood on the map, on Front Street, on the top of people's minds, on the topic of conversation, whether it's enrage over the price of this card, whether it's excitement over where it could go, whether it's devastation because it's dropped a little bit in price. It has put the game that we all know and love on the tip of everyone's tongue in a good way without affecting gameplay. It's given collectors and so-called investors an opportunity to jump in on FaB, get a piece of what could be history in their minds, and kind of hold on to it and see what happens. And for the players, it puts the game that they like on Front Street, promotes that game, brings in new people, and grows that community. So realistically, nothing wrong here. With that being said, we've been asked time and time again, did Hometown TCG partake? Well, you can see that we have a box right here. And the answer to this question is kind of a yes and a no. As you guys know, if you've been following the channel, because of you guys, the YouTube subs, and mostly our patrons, who are just an awesome group of people that can be found at patreon.com/HometownTCG, we've been able to build a live streaming area in the Hometown TCG studios. We have built a Twitch streaming area full with cameras, lights. We've started a Twitch stream. We're going live every Thursday. We're making all this awesome content. But we talk about on those streams that, we both have 9-to-5 jobs. We don't spend Hometown TCG's money on anything that isn't bringing you guys awesome gameplay and content. So while Hometown TCG did not buy a Legend Story Studios /Alpha Investments Rudy the Gemkeeper kit, I personally did, out of my own money from my 9-to-5 job. I think it's very interesting. I love this game. I love this community. I love it so much that I got together with one of my buddies and we've created a content creation platform to talk and play and bring everyone FaB. And for that reason, I wanted the opportunity to own a memento or a memoir from this time in my life. It's such an exciting time, kind of talking to all you guys all the time, playing FaB, getting out to these callings, and I wanted something to always be able to remember that, and one day maybe pass down to my kids and my kids' kids and all that stuff. And as kind of a sentimental person, that was very important to me, and I saw an opportunity here. So Hometown TCG does not own any, but Josh from Hometown TCG got two because I think it's a very, very cool opportunity, and I'm a very sentimental person. So I think this is, again, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to just have them, put them on my shelves, be able to remember the time that I got to, have Hometown TCG, play games. Me and John got to get together, hang out with you guys, stream, talk FaB, get out to these events. It's very important to me. My personal belief, do I believe this is good or bad for the game? I believe this is amazing for the game. It's just being talked about all over the place, and it's a way to get the game on Front Street, so to speak, again, without affecting gameplay. It's not the Crew Unlimited out of print. It's not the chain bans. It's not the Duskblade ban. This gets flesh and blood on the tip of everyone's tongue without affecting my favorite thing, the gameplay. So as we said, this kind of wraps up our thought on the Rudy card. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking us out. Thanks again for making all this possible. And pop over to our Twitch streams. Check us out at twitch.tv/HometownTCG. We're going to be playing some FaB. We're going to bring you guys some more awesome content. Thank you all, and we'll see you around. Goodbye.